A beautiful, vibrant green wallpaper patterns a cozy bedroom. The ultimate luxury statement. The year is 1895. The housing market is booming and middle-class families are obsessed with updating their homes with the latest high-end trends. The most coveted interior design statement on the market is a vibrant, stunning shade known as Scheele's green. It's rich, it's intense, and it makes any living room look incredibly premium. Wallpaper manufacturers rush to produce miles of it, and homeowners gladly line their bedrooms from floor to ceiling. It's heavily marketed as a clean, modern luxury. But underneath that beautiful emerald pigment lies a lethal chemical combination: copper arsenite. Unknowingly, millions of families are pasting pure arsenic wallpaper directly onto their walls. Manufacturers and chemists were completely blinded by the novelty and the massive profits of the color trend. They assumed that because the arsenic was dried into the paper, it would stay put. They trusted the industrial labels blindly, and nobody stopped to check how the chemical would react inside a real, functioning household. If the industry had tested the paper under everyday domestic conditions, the green pigment would have been pulled from the shelves immediately. Instead, the drift continued. And when typical home moisture and dampness hit the walls, a common household fungus began to grow behind the wallpaper. The fungus reacted with the paste, converting the solid arsenic into heavy, completely odorless toxic gas that drifted quietly through the air. Wealthy families slept in tightly sealed rooms, breathing in a slow-motion biological disaster, entirely unaware that their luxury decor was poisoning them in their sleep. The next year, entire households of children began falling mysteriously ill with severe respiratory failure. Independent medical doctors launched the very first investigations into toxic indoor air quality. The next decade, public outrage erupts as prominent toxicologists prove that the wallpaper is actively off-gassing poison. Confronted by tanking sales and public boycotts, manufacturers permanently abandon arsenic-based pigments. 10 years later, the scandal forces governments to draft the earliest iterations of Consumer Product Safety Acts. Strict legal boundaries are drawn and permanently banning toxic heavy metals from commercial dyes and domestic paint lines. Every decade, a new manufacturing compound or synthetic building material enters the modern housing market. The chemicals are rigorously audited, the emissions are lab tested, and your family is safe. But what if the wallpaper industry had successfully covered up the arsenic reports and kept producing the green dye for another 40 years? The toxic pigment spreads from wallpaper into mass-produced clothing, toys, and everyday household plastics. An entire generation grows up chronically exposed to low-level arsenic vapors in nearly every room they enter. The resulting spike in mysterious respiratory illness and cancers completely overwhelms early medical systems, sparking a massive, permanent paranoia against the safety of all indoor spaces. People abandon modern construction altogether, and manufacturing safety crashes into a decades-long freeze-out of pure public terror. The Scheele's green craze was a horrifying domestic blunder, but it forced a naive consumer market to realize that corporate marketing can't be trusted with public health. It's built the foundation for the chemical safety laws that we rely on today. Would you feel safe buying paint for your home this weekend if we hadn't learned that lesson? And that's the ripple of a vibrant green wall. Today, the surviving scraps of Victorian emerald wallpaper are treated as hazardous material, locked away in historical archives, a silent, toxic monument to a trend that cost families everything. So what about you? Have you ever bought a trendy household product only to find out later that it was recalled for being hazardous? Share it in the comments below, and if you would like to explore more of these ripples in history and in life, please hit subscribe. and join me on the Ripple Trace.